It doesn't make any sense to have so much money in your bank account and it's not doing anything, it's not growing, it's just there. So you put 100,000 naira in a money market fund. At the end of the year, that 100,000 naira would have accrued 13,000 naira profits. Compare that with how much you would get if you put your money in a savings account, a regular savings account. You probably won't get anything. SMS charges will deduct your money. Bank charges, ATM maintenance, all those many different things that we all know how banks always just collect our money and we're always complaining. Anyway, so instead of leaving so much money in your bank account, you can move the fund that you do not immediately need and move it to a money market fund. You can withdraw your money anytime with no penalty. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Oge Obi. This is my first video post on YouTube. For my first video post, I will be talking about mutual funds. What is a mutual fund? How can you invest in it? How much do you stand to even profit from a mutual fund? I recently posted about how I do a little happy dance whenever I get my profit income from a mutual fund, and a couple of people asked me, what is this mutual fund? So this is the answer to all your questions. And if you don't know what a mutual fund is, don't tune off, because you can learn a lot from this. You don't need to be a finance guru to invest in a mutual fund, and you don't need to have so much money to invest in a mutual fund. Anybody can invest in it. So let's get started. A mutual fund is basically a type of investment fund that pools money or gathers money from different investors, from many different investors, and then invest that money in different securities like treasury bills, commercial papers, stocks, different things. You don't need to worry about what your money is being invested in, because there is a fund manager whose job it is to take care of your investment and then give you your profit at the end of the day. There are different types of mutual funds. There's the equity mutual fund, the guaranteed, I think it's called the guaranteed income mutual fund. There's ethical mutual fund. There's the money market mutual fund. There's so many types. Different investment companies offer different types of mutual funds, and they even call it, some of them call it different names. But let me talk a bit about money market mutual fund, because that's my personal favorite. The money market mutual fund is really great for people who do not have so much money and people who are looking for an alternative to saving their money in a bank account. Now, if you put your money in a mutual money market fund, for instance, you put 100,000 naira in a money market fund, the interest rate, the current average of the interest rate for money markets mutual fund right now in Nigeria is about 13%. So you put 100,000 naira in a money market fund. At the end of the year, that 100,000 naira would have accrued 13,000 naira profits. So you probably are thinking right now, is that not too small? But compare that to putting your money, compare that with how much you would get if you put your money in a savings account, a regular savings account. You probably won't get anything. SMS charges will deduct your money. Bank charges, ATM maintenance, all those many different things that we all know how banks always just collect our money and we're always complaining. Now, I'm not saying don't put your money in a savings account. All I'm saying is don't put a bulk of your money in your bank account. It doesn't make any sense to have so much money in your bank account and it's not doing anything, it's not growing, it's just there. Anyway, so instead of leaving so much money in your bank account, you can move the fund that you do not immediately need and move it to a money market fund. The good thing about the money market fund is that you can exit the investment at any time with no penalty. You can withdraw your money anytime, and the interest grows every day. So the returns, you get returns on your money every day. So you don't have to wait for a whole year to get your profit. You can decide to leave at 6 months. So if the interest rate for the mutual fund, for instance, is say 13%, and you leave in the middle of the year, you at least get 7.5% profit. So you will still get something no matter when you leave. So how do you invest in a mutual fund? What type of mutual fund is even right for you? Like I said, there are different types. There are so many types. And then how much money can you make from a mutual fund? I already gave an example of how much you can make from it, but the interest rate for each mutual fund is different. In fact, for how much you can make, it actually depends on the type of mutual fund. Why you can determine how much you'll be able to make from a money market fund is because the kind of securities that fund managers invest in the money market fund, they are fixed income securities, they are fixed income type of investment. So from the entry point of the investment, you already know how much you're going to get. You already have an idea. They already tell you, okay, at the point of starting this investment, this is the current interest rate. It fluctuates though. So how do you know which one is right for you? To pick a mutual fund, the first thing you need to decide is you need to find out what your risk appetite is. Risk appetite meaning how much of a risk taker are you? If you're the kind of person that doesn't like to take a lot of risk, then the money market mutual fund is the best option for you because the risk involved is very low, and it's also very flexible, so you can decide to just leave at any point. But if you're somebody who is a bit more of a great risk taker, then you can go for the equity mutual fund. The returns are much higher because stocks are more profitable than the fixed income securities. The profit is higher for equity mutual fund, but don't forget that the risk involved is also high. You can lose some of your money, but it is still safer investing in an equity mutual fund than going to trade stocks on your own. Why? Because there's a fund manager. No matter the type of mutual fund it is, there is a fund manager who handles everything for you, who takes care of the trading, the nitty-gritty. He takes care of everything for you while you sleep, and your money works for you. So the equity mutual fund is great for risk takers. Like I said, the risk is lower compared to going to trade stocks on your own. The fund manager has a wealth of experience that you probably do not have. So I'm not saying you can't, that if you want to invest in stocks and you go through an equity mutual fund, that you're good, there's zero risk involved. There's still a bit of risk involved in it, but not as bad as trading stocks on your own. Then if you are a medium risk taker, then there's one called the guaranteed mutual fund. I'm not sure if all the investment companies in Nigeria offer that, or if all the investment companies in the world offer guaranteed mutual fund, but I'm sure that maybe they call it a different name. For Stanbic, it's called the guaranteed mutual fund. It's like a hybrid of the equity mutual fund and the money market mutual fund. So some part of your money will be invested in stocks and some part of your money will be invested in fixed income securities. So you get medium returns and risk involved is also medium. So for somebody who is just starting out investing in mutual fund, I would advise you to first try the money market fund and see how it is, understand how it works, instead of just diving into something as risky as an equity mutual fund. So for the money market mutual fund, just if you want to invest in it, just look for an investment company, fill all your details. They'll ask you for the details, whatever details that the company requires, and you deposit the minimum investment amount required, or you can deposit as much as you want. You can put 1 million, you can put 5,000 naira, you can put 500,000 naira. It depends on you. What I like to do is to have a particular amount of money that I top up every month. So once you get your salary, or if you're a business person, at the end of the month, you just decide how much do you want to be putting in your money market fund at the end of every month. So you make that a monthly thing, something that you do every month. You just put a particular amount transfer it to your money market fund, and that's that. So it keeps growing. You don't have to wait until you have so much money. For ARM investment company, you can start with as low as 1,000 naira, and you just keep adding and adding, and it keeps on growing. Then for Stanbic, for Afri Invest, this is not an advert. These are just companies that I know that are doing mutual fund, and to an extent, I know that they are quite good. So for Stanbic and Afri Invest, you can start with as low as 5,000 naira, and you just keep on growing and growing from there. So it's great for students, it's great for low income earners, and it's also great for people who are looking for an alternative to a savings account that will give them better returns than their bank accounts would normally give. So now that you have all of that information, you just go out there and start investing and start your journey to financial independence. But please note that I am not a financial expert, neither am I a financial advisor. I am just sharing my personal tips and personal knowledge with you, but that doesn't mean you cannot learn a thing or two from me. In which case, if you have learned something from this video, if you found it useful, please go ahead and share it with somebody who might equally find it very useful. And if you have any questions, suggestions, whatever, anything at all, just drop me a comment, or even if it's a word of encouragement, it would really go a long way. Like I said, this is my first video, so I could use some encouragement or constructive criticism. That would be nice as well. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell notification icon so that when I post a new video, you will get notified. You don't want to miss out on my content, because my next video I'll be talking about another investment opportunity or a saving tip that can really help you. So until my next one, I still remain Oge Obi. I'll see you next time. Bye.